The first mouse, an experimental pointing device, was invented in 1964 by Douglas Engelbart, who was then working at the Stanford Research Institute in Menlo Park, California. Consisted of a wooden shell, circuit board and two metal wheels that came into contact with the surface it was being used on. It was 8 years later in 1972 that Bill English developed the design further by inventing what is known as the ball mouse that we know today. The ball replaced the wheels and was capable of monitoring movement in any direction. The ball came into contact with two rollers that in turn spun wheels with graduations on them that could be turned into electrical pulses representing direction and speed. At the time Bill English was working for Xerox PARC, Palo Alto Research Center, the research and development center set up by Xerox to design the future of computing. The mouse became part of the groundbreaking Xerox Alto computer system, which was the first mini-computer system to offer a graphical user interface. The first integrated mouse intended for use with the personal computer makes its appearance with the Xerox Star workstation. The name mouse derived from the device's rounded shape and tail-like cord extending from it, suggesting the diminutive rodent. Lisa Mouse, A9M0050. The mouse created for the Apple Lisa was among the first commercial mice sold. Included with the Lisa system in 1983, it was based on the mouse used in the 1970s on the Alto computer at Xerox PARC. Unique to this mouse was the use of a steel ball, instead of the usual rubber found in subsequent and modern mice. It connected to the computer by means of a standard DE9 and unique squeeze-release connector. The Microsoft mouse is a computer mouse released by Microsoft in 1983. It is the first mouse released by the company. Nicknamed the Green-Eyed Mouse, the Microsoft mouse featured a pair of green buttons. It also featured a more curved body than the blockier designs more common of mice at the time. As with other mice at the time, the Microsoft mouse used a steel ball for tracking. 1984 Macintosh mouse. The Macintosh mouse was little changed from the original Lisa version and is completely interchangeable. The case was a slightly darker brown than Lisa's beige coloring and it had less formal lines, with a thick chamfer around its edges to match the Macintosh case. Mechanically, the Lisa's steel ball was replaced by a rubber-covered steel ball, but otherwise connected with the same DE9 connectors, though updated with the square shape and standard thumb screws. 1985 Logitech mouse. 3 buttons. Connection type: wired. In 1985 Microsoft described the new mouse's body, with wrap-around command buttons designed to fit naturally in the palm of any size hand. (1986) Commodore mouse. This Commodore 1350 mouse for the Commodore 128 computer has no labels on the bottom. The Commodore 1351 mouse for use with the C64/C128 product line is a small 2-button device which is connected to either of the joystick ports on the C64/C128. The mouse supports 2 distinct operation modes. 1. Joystick mode. 2. Proportional mode. Proportional mode is usable with the C64 or the C128, and requires a special machine language driver to yield optimum performance. Joystick mode allows you to utilize the mouse as a joystick when using software which does not support proportional mode. 1986 IBM mouse is all but the first IBM mouse, at the bottom left, used to connect with IBM's own PS/2 plug. The PS/2 became the standard mouse port after it was introduced on the IBM Personal System/2 computers in 1986. The USB protocol replaced it in the 1990s, as on the 2 black mice top right. two earliest IBM mouse connectors, the square 6-hole plug attached to a Unix-based PC/RT. The round PS/2 6-pin plug was introduced on the computer of the same name. In 1987 the DubbBar Microsoft mouse was introduced, compatible with both serial port and PS/2. In 1988 NE XT computer mouse. This mouse has two forms. Original NE XT computer mouse. The rectangular black mouse for the black system connected to the monitor with the round mini DIN plug with 8 pins. Its ball sits toward the wrist end of the mouse. Two square buttons form the top front edge of the case near the cord.